Good morning, Wednesday, September 23rd. It's my daddy's birthday. If you see him, say happy birthday. But at any rate, also remind me to call him today, please. We're on page G10 in the beginning of the social studies book, kind of in the very front there. That's the pages we've been on the whole week. Two things we want to go through today. Number one is a landform map. But before we do that, I want to have you understand what a locator map is. Now, this is the main part of the map, right? As you can see, this is a map of the state of Florida. Yep. So we have, Miami's way down here and Tampa Bay's right here, so on and so forth. That's not important, but all these little lines in here, what's frustrating about this map is it doesn't have a title. But again, the whole point is to understand what a locator map is. But all these little lines here are the different counties, of Florida. But again, what we need to understand is this is the state of Florida, and what a locator map does is kind of zooms out so you understand where in the country or where in the world Florida is. And if you notice, it's right here in red. I'm sorry, it's at the very bottom of the screen here, but this is the map of the entire United States. For somebody that doesn't know where Florida is, and is so zoomed in on Florida, which is the point of the map, but it just wants you to understand, okay, in the United States, this is where Florida is right here. That's all a locator map does. It's a little bit smaller map to show you a little bit zoomed out thing of so you can locate Florida in the United States or in the world, so on and so forth. So this right here is the locator map. You got to remember that for your assignment. This is the locator map. Now the main point of today is to understand what a landform map is. Now, here is a map of the country of India. No offense to anybody from there, but we don't really know what a lot of this means. What this is missing is a map key. Now, it does have a little bit of explaining kind of what this map is about, but it doesn't have a map key, which is what I'm trying to tell you is so important. When a map does not have a map key, you're thinking, what am I looking at? What does the brown mean? What does this kind of beige color mean? Okay? We don't know because there's no map key. That's how important it is. And when we go through the future landform maps, you got to look at the map key first so you understand what we're looking at. This map, a nice cool map, doesn't tell us anything because there's no map key. That's why map keys are so important. It does, however, have a locator map, right? This is another example of a locator map. Here's a zoomed in view of India. Well, where is India in the world? And if you look, okay, here's a nice picture of the world. Boom, there's India right there. It locates it in the world, okay? That's what a locator map is. Let's get to the meat here and say, here's a landform map. You say, wow, what a pretty map. Pretty greens and reds. What does it mean? You have to look right here at the map key. You have to look at the map key. Now, what a landform map is simply put the form of the land. And basically how God made the land in this area. If you take a look here, now this is kind of where I grew up in Illinois. It's a lot of green. And here's where we are right now in Arizona. It's a lot of red and orange and yellow. And if you look around here, you see a bunch of mountains and hills, right? If I do the same thing where I grew up in Illinois, it would be all flat. There's no mountains at all, right? And if you take a look at what this means, you say, okay, the green is more smooth or irregular plains. Smooth means nice and smooth, flat plains. And what irregular plains means is kind of a little bit more hilly there. That's exactly where I grew up. Pretty similar. Farmlands as far as you can see. Flat, maybe a little hill here and there, but pretty well flat. And if you look here at Arizona and say, okay, oranges and reds must mean hills and mountains. If you look right here, yep, Absolutely. Take a look here. Low mountains and high mountains. That's exactly what we see. If you want even more low mountains and high mountains, look at this. The whole Rocky Mountains here. Look at these huge mountains up in here in Washington and Idaho and parts of California, right? And if you want a nice flat area, wow, look at this whole area and how flat it is. But you wouldn't know what this colors means unless you have the map key. Unless you have the map key. That is important. Now again, we're just zooming in on the state of Arizona. And here you have to look, okay, well we got, what does blue mean and orange and yellow? Look right here. Now this is what's talking about the different kinds of trees or plants. This means, so if you look here, the oranges is kind of the desert shrubs and things like that. Not a whole lot of trees and things. If you look right here at the darker blue, those are the conifer forests, which means like the evergreens and the pine trees. And if you look here, hey, that's kind of up by White River and Pine Top and things like that. That's exactly right. And in between here is the chaparral, which kind of means the different, kind of like mesquite trees. They're not the straight tall pine trees, but the different types of trees that get some water, but not as much water as the pine trees and things like that. So again, you have to understand that it's not just pretty colors that somebody splashed blues and oranges in. They mean something. And you have to use the map key. Well, that's what we're focusing on today. Now, I know they don't have pretty colors, but it does have the map key right here. And you say, okay, the star, that means the state capital. And it says Virginia, landform. So we're talking about the landforms of Virginia. Oh, look, here's a nice locator map. Virginia's right here in the United States. That locates it. And you wonder what all these dashes and dots are. Well, you have to look here. Notice this with the little dots here are plains. So that means flat area. This with the horizontal dashes are hills. And these with the kind of diagonal dashes, those are the mountains. Those are the mountains. So, number one, look at the map title. What does the map show? Please just copy the map title. That's right here. Circle the locator map. Please do that. Circle it. And what does it show? Well, it shows where Virginia is in the United States, right? Now, look at the map key. That's right here. Which pattern shows mountains? Circle your answer. That's what you do there. And it says, what other landforms are shown on the map? Look at the map key. Look at the map key. Locate Virginia state capital. There's the state capital symbol. There it is. What landform is it located? Look at the map key. I see a bunch of dots here. Which one is that? Now find the city of Lynchburg right here. West of the state capital. Okay. What kind of landform is Lynchburg located? I see the horizontal dashes. That's right here. That's how you do this assignment. It all takes looking at everything. The title, the locator map, and the map key especially. Please answer the questions well. Follow all the directions. Lord's blessings to you as you praise your Savior.